Odisha has a typical has a like big coastline, 480 kilometers, and it is prone to frequent cyclone in monsoon season basically. So they have started the technical knowledge, know-how collected, gathered, and build the state how to face like a disaster. And whatever activities they have conducted, implemented, like 2001 to till 2012, they face again the similar type of disaster in Filin, where they just built up that there should not be a single casualty during the time of cyclone. And in between they have developed their all aspects of disaster management, starting from the early warning, identification, detection, dissemination, and how it will reach to the people also. They have set a like mechanism, and they have gone for the like both structural and non-structural mitigation activities. In non-structural activities, they have gone for the like capacity building of the community, how to identify their own risk and how to prepare themselves to face the disaster. And they formed different type of like disaster management teams in different areas, and they provided technical like skill training to all the disaster management teams. So that crucial 48 hours or 72 hours, the community can they themselves support each other. So that was reflected in Filin. So based on that, I think the government of Odisha and OSDM able to minimize the risk in Filin and Pudol. OSDM is having the base of the NGO network one. Then the second network is the district administration. When OSDMA started the disaster risk management program in 2002, OSDMA through government of Odisha Panchayat Raj department, they send a letter to all the district administration. These activities has to be done through this people. All these rules, regulation, and everything we clearly spelled out. And we send an instruction letter from the government of Odisha to all the district administration. Then UNDP and OSDMA try to build the capacity of the district and block level functionaries. Because in Odisha we have the institution till village level. OSDMA work with the local like we have the elected representative. We call them Sarpanch and ward members. So they are also part of this activities. So OSDMA started like recognizing the village level institutions, village disaster management committee. Even the OSDMA is having their names and phone numbers with them. During any warning or anything, OSDMA can directly contact them. Like it starts from village to panchayat, panchayat to block, block to district, then block, district to state. And all district collectors are advised to upload their district level disaster management plan in their website. So all the plans and everything are on the website. So anybody can give the feedback and collect the information. And OSDMA had a like very good volunteer network. Those who are professional, those who are wanted to work with OSDMA or work for disaster management in Odisha. So they have a like online registration part. Roster of the volunteers, experts they are keep, and during the any emergency time they call them. And OSDMA has like a good system, like before any disaster season they have a NGO coordination meeting, they have a departmental coordination meeting. They just review what is the preparedness level is there, if any lacuna is there or something, so they can build up that one. So they are rigorously follow this activity. Since 2003, OSDMA started taking off their own activities, because I was basically supporting OSDMA in like different activities, and I found in 2003 I was out of Bhubaneswar most of the time, because I was going to different other states on DRM program, everything. So I found in 2003, without my involvement, my UNDP staff's involvement, they have taken certain activities. So they have started doing some of the activities, but full-fledgedly 2009-10 they have taken full their own initiative.
In 2000, towards end of 2002, if I remember correctly, the program was upscaled to DRM program. So we shifted the focus from the block to the district level, and we had resource person in the districts, 16 districts. At the OSDM level, we are coordinating with the 16 districts. We had resource persons, but some of the districts were very close, like Khordha. The capital is located in that Khordha district. Coastal districts can be very closer, but let's say Baleswar is slightly far up from capital. Also, we had district like let's say Nuapada also, which is still takes around 12 hours journey, you can say, at that point of time given the road conditions. So what strategy we thought of, since we are focusing on preparation village level plans, block level plans and district level plans also. So we had created then at that point of time a group of master trainers also. So let's say for block level we have a group of master trainers, for district level plan we have a group of master trainers, and from OSDMA side we are not giving the training or conducting the programs at the Bhubaneswar. We are conducting the training programs at the district level and in some cases at the cyclone shelter level also. Then let's say another component was preparation, let's say training or capacity building, rightly you said. Let's say search and rescue, first aid. So how do you get so many quality trainers? We roped in civil defense. Civil defense had lots of trainers in search and rescue. So we identified the best trainers, gave them training, they gave another round of district level trainers, they imparted the training. Similarly, in case of first aid, we took up St. John Ambulance. They have a dedicated level of trainers. The later on what we did, ODRAF was created later on, just after the super cyclone. Then all the 5 units, then it was 5, originally it was 5 units. We gave the training to the ODRAF people also on first aid and search and rescue also. So they gave the training also. Then we also took up another training at the village level, it was a trauma counseling. NIMHANS was also associated with that. And also the state level trainers on psychological counseling, we took up them also. They were a part of that exercise. So virtually we created a cadre of trainers, experts, volunteers who are ready to be there. So they were not specific to any particular area. They were rather more block concentrated at the different blocks, concentrated at the districts. Take the case of Nuapada. In Nuapada, we did not give them training on cyclone or flood. It was more on drought management. So we got the experts, you can say, thematic experts from OUAT, Agriculture University. So they are the persons who are giving the training, let's say. At the same time, we took up a massive training of PRA members, and we involved the SIRD, State Institute of Rural Development, Government and Panchayat Raj Department. They were a part of that capacity building of PRA members, and they gave the training at the district level. Some of the training programs were at the state level, some of the training programs at the district level, some of the training programs at the block level, but for cyclone shelters, the training programs were directly at the cyclone shelter level. So we had a good number of very strong, dedicated cadre of volunteers and trainers who are there to back up, be it at the block level or at the district level or at the state level. And also we took the help of NGOs also, not necessarily government officers. Some of the government officers like me, let's say, they were sent to also different states also. Let's say NIDM, then maybe NIRD. So many of them also took training also, because OSDM first concentrated on the capacity building officers also. Then the officers prepared a capacity building program. We did not talk of the experience of super cyclone. We talked of the effects of a drought or a crop loss, livelihood, migration. So the approach was different. So that's how they came up. Then they know that once, let's say, mock drills were conducted, the local volunteers were available. Let's say there is a pregnant woman. Her husband, let's say, is working outside. The husband is worried. In case there is a flood or cyclone, who will take care of my wife? Let's say older parents are there. The son and daughter-in-law, they are working outside. they are staying outside. Who will take care of my parents? So we created that village level volunteer. How do we help others? Let Gopabandhu Das is a leader, we all remember Utkalamani Gopabandhu Das. During, pre-independence days, he was the person who mobilized volunteers and worked during this flood period. So that, volunteerism was there. So we wanted to just promote that volunteerism, create a definite cadre of volunteers, train them, take care of their own family members, neighbors, their households, the other persons of the villagers. So identify shelters, just give them handholding support. This is the shelter, we construct it, we give you equipment, we train you, then you carry an activity. Because ultimately government officers cannot be there when a flood or cyclone strike. It may be a flash flood, hardly 6 to 7 hours time will be there. Tsunami, maybe 1 hour. So it is they who have to respond themselves, they have to help themselves, and we are there, government is there, OSDM is there to provide them all help.
When this 99 super cyclone happened, lot of these international organizations pulled in their people who are from Odisha, working all over the world and had the experience of disaster. So when they were communicating with the local governance or the local bureaucrats, so they were able to speak to the communities because they knew Odia language. They were able to communicate to the bureaucrats because they were working abroad, they knew disaster management, they were the subject, they were very experts in terms of the domain knowledge, and that really created a win-win situation for both the parties. So when you speak sense to an outfit which is governing at a large scale program, so they would only look at the strategic knowledge or the tactical knowledge part of it. And if you are not only sharing stories and you are giving them how to do about it, so they were all the more happy to build in partnership.
The World Bank Fund came as a kitty, and there are certain components which were also close to our heart, like social capital restoration and things like that, where we could work with communities, where we could actually prepare training manuals and things like that. Some money was coming from government, and in fact there was a proposal initially to facilitate fund transfer even from Government of India directly to OSDMA, not necessarily through the state government, state exchequer or through the finance department. But this didn't actually take off, this didn't materialize, because that would have been the first of its kind again. Because normally the state government funds from Government of India come to the state exchequer, and then they distribute among the departments and activities. That didn't happen. But we thought, we should, if possible, we should actually, there are, components like administrative expenses and all that. If with these components, we could build up a corpus, which would actually help us gaining some strength, in future, that we can take up some activities out of the funds generated from this corpus fund. So that was the idea. I don't know actually how it is working now, but it mostly project based work it is doing, I suppose. Project based work it is doing. And maybe some funds they might have built some corpus with which they could be doing something which they think are priorities.